It was like $100. So I was like, yo, get that Timberland boot. And I think they got Wi-Fi on the back. I hope we do work again, Will. Because I don't know how much time you got left. Jesus Christ, I've never seen anybody save more of it in my goddamn life. Nothing. You don't spend a dime.
Have you looked into my financials?
I didn't know you don't spend money.
Will Ferrell and Katt Williams have recently teamed up to uncover a hidden side of Hollywood. They've shed light on exclusive parties where top names from movies, music, and business come together. Celebrities such as Diddy and Kevin Hart are among those who attend these secretive gatherings. In addition, Ferrell and Williams explored Hollywood's hierarchy, where power and influence shape career paths. They revealed how actors, directors, and producers use their clout to influence industry outcomes. The duo also exposed the motivations behind major Hollywood decisions, such as casting and award show results, delving into topics like favoritism, nepotism, and the sometimes mysterious decision-making processes. Let's dive into the details, shall we? But of course, before we go any further, make sure first that you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for more updates and videos like this. Now let's get going.
I hope we do work again, Will. Because I don't know how much time you got left. And I would love for us to do something before it's too late, man.
Is there something you know about me that I don't know? Like medical health history?
Rumors imply that the individual supposedly exerting influence over Kevin Hart also holds sway over many others in Hollywood. Kevin's interactions with fellow celebrities have sparked conversations about his behavior. For example, during an appearance on his show, Kevin humorously cautioned Will Ferrell about collaborating soon, jokingly alluding to Ferrell's age. However, this joke not only fell flat, but also sparked widespread criticism, raising concerns about the lengths Kevin might go to for a laugh at the expense of his colleagues.
How much time you got left? And I would love for us to do something before it's too late, man.
I'm here. Yeah.
For now.
It's
That's
not.
That's what I'm saying. We got to get it done.
Well,
right?
Let's hurry up and do it then, I guess.
We have to.
This trend continued with Mark Wahlberg in early 2023 when he appeared on Hart's show to talk about his early struggles in Hollywood. Instead of keeping a respectful tone, Hart started poking fun at Wahlberg's age, which upset him. Wahlberg openly criticized Hart, accusing him of age discrimination and feeling disrespected rather than honored for his long career.
As a young guy trying to achieve the success that you have already achieved.
You ain't that young.
Well,
Stop with everybody that's a little bit older.
You might expect Kevin to learn from these incidents, but it happened again with Don Cheadle. What started as a friendly exchange seemed to some like Hart was teasing Cheadle about his age. Despite being meant as humor, not everyone found it amusing.
But at the same time, like I said, in me, I'm 56 years old.
Damn! I'm sorry. Because it was a thought. No, seriously, it was a thought. It was a thought, and I blurted it out. I did not mean it that way.
I'm fine.
Okay, but just understand I didn't mean it the way it came out.
We'll take a poll on how you meant it.
Adding to the controversy, comedian Monique has accused Kevin Hart of being part of the Hollywood elite who enjoys making fun of struggling comedians. Let's go back to 2021 when Kevin Hart's podcast, Comedy Goldmines, had the legendary Monique as a guest. In that memorable episode, they discussed Monique's career journey, her rise in comedy, and her current standing in the industry. In case you didn't know, Monique has had ongoing disagreements with Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry. We'll delve into those details later, so stay tuned. In a recent talk, Monique openly discussed the challenges her family has faced, describing their situation as feeling trapped. It was then that Kevin Hart stepped in to offer his support. Hart told Monique that she's like family to him, a mother, an aunt, and a sister all in one. But Hart didn't just talk. He took action to assist her. Although he admitted he didn't know Oprah Winfrey personally, he promised to reach out to Tyler Perry on her behalf. True to his word, Hart had a heartfelt conversation with Perry and returned to Monique with uplifting news. Perry was willing to let bygones be bygones and move forward. Acting as a peacemaker, Hart encouraged Monique to do the same, saying, "Let's leave all that negativity in the past, Mo. We have bigger things to achieve together."
And my husband is Sydney, who happens to be my manager. We got labeled as difficult because I said one word, and that was no. Now, I said no to some very powerful people.
Hart went beyond just offering emotional support. Monique shared with Shannon Sharp that Hart not only empathized with her, but also suggested they work together professionally. He proposed partnering with her, and even offered to be the executive producer for any project she wanted to pursue. Monique recalled Hart's words saying, "Mo, I talked to Tyler, and he's ready to move forward. Let's focus on achieving great things together. Whatever you want to do, I'll collaborate with you, and I'll oversee production. Just let me know. She also mentioned how Kevin generously loaned her a substantial sum of money, which she later repaid with interest. But here's the exciting part. Hart promised to help her revive her talk show. Naturally, Monique was thrilled. Who wouldn't be? With Kevin Hart as a producer, any project could soar to success. She eagerly shared the news with her producers and her media company, Endemol, and they were all excited about the opportunity to collaborate with such a big star. However, there was a sudden twist. 2 weeks later, Monique received shocking news. Endemol delivered a bombshell. Kevin Hart's manager, Dave Becky, called to let them know that Kevin was reconsidering his commitment. Seeking clarity, Monique called Kevin directly. Instead of a clear explanation, she received a vague reassurance. "We'll discuss it on Tuesday, don't stress," he said.
Ask Kevin Hart to do anything. He said, I'll executive produce, I'll partner with you. I said, good Kevin, because we're in a deal with Endemol.
2 years have passed, and Kevin has not contacted Monique at all. Some supporters are questioning whether Kevin ever truly intended to help Monique in the first place. They point to his questionable past, like when he claimed not to know Oprah Winfrey. Remember when Oprah sent him flowers after his accident in 2019? It's hard to believe he would forget that. Kevin discussed this on Ellen's show, sharing how he received many flowers from well-wishers, but considered Oprah's bouquet the most memorable. Kevin jokes that Oprah's flowers are an ongoing saga, thriving endlessly and turning his home into a botanical paradise. It's become a humorous topic in his household, with bets on when Oprah's floral empire might finally relent. Kevin has even joked about a secret watering conspiracy to keep the plants thriving against all odds. The flowers have become so prominent that they now dominate the dining table, leaving Kevin's family to eat on the floor rather than disturb Oprah's beloved blooms. Despite all this, Kevin quips that he can hardly recognize Oprah anymore. It's quite suspicious, isn't it? Then there are persistent rumors about Kevin allegedly striking deals with Oprah and Tyler Perry. According to these rumors, if Kevin had extended a helping hand to Monique to revive her career, it might have put his own career at risk. Monique didn't just stop with Kevin Hart. She also reopened old issues with Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry.
He said, Mo, I talked to Tyler. He said he don't want to revisit it. He said, but I tell you what, let's move past that, Mo. Let's just move past that and let's just do great things. So whatever
That's what Kevin said.
I want you to hear me, Kevin Hart.
The dispute goes back to 2009 when Monique starred in Precious, a film produced by Oprah and Tyler Perry and directed by Lee Daniels. Tensions rose when Oprah and Tyler suggested Monique participate in promotional activities for the movie without extra pay. Monique stood her ground, pointing out her contractual rights. According to Monique, she was paid only $50,000 for the entire film, which she felt was inadequate. Then they expected her to travel worldwide, promoting the film without additional compensation. But Monique firmly objected to this proposal. However, Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry didn't take her refusal well. Instead, they started to damage her reputation in the industry, spreading the idea that she was difficult to work with.
We got labeled as difficult because I said one word, and that was no. Now, I said no to some very powerful people. I said no to Oprah Winfrey. I said no to Tyler Perry. I said no to Lee Daniels, and I said no to Lionsgate.
Monique openly shared that Tyler Perry suggested she should consider promoting the film because an Oscar nomination could mean her next movie earning between $3 million and $5 million, and winning could bring in $6 million to $8 million. Monique stayed firm, standing up as a black woman questioning the pay gap. Speaking directly to Tyler, she stated, "I can't work without pay. I fulfilled my duties." The debate continued with Tyler arguing against giving away money for free, while Monique countered, "I don't work for nothing." It was a clash of beliefs where neither side gave in, showing a clear difference in values. Initially, the movie studio wanted her to go to France, but Monique, juggling her roles as a talk show host, comedian, and family woman, politely declined. Despite efforts to tempt her with a better hotel room, she and her husband stayed firm, choosing to prioritize time with family. She explained to Oprah that between her talk show, comedy tour, husband, and kids, she needed this break to recharge. She stated firmly, "I'm staying here because I don't owe my time to anyone else."
When you don't do what we ask you to do, we'll take your livelihood. So for 8 years, my family has suffered and my career has suffered because what I would not allow those entities to do was bully me.
Despite their disagreements, they parted on good terms. Soon after, She found herself labeled as someone hard to work with. When the third call came, they asked, what would it take to bring Monique to France? Her husband asked directly if there was any money involved. That's when they said they wouldn't pay for her movie promotions. Monique revealed she was paid just $50,000 for Precious, emphasizing it wasn't about the money. She was committed to the project as a friend. The interviewer pushed, suggesting she needed the money for her family and bills. Monique responded, "That's what America says. Everyone expects to get paid." She explained that when the studio refused to cover her trips to Cannes, she didn't argue, but soon she was portrayed as demanding and hard to work with. In the end, it was a simple request they couldn't meet. Suddenly, Monique found herself unfairly labeled, starting a cycle of drama.
Because what you did was malicious, and it was intentional, and it was ugly.
If Oprah was watching this, what would you tell her?
I would say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do, and stop hiding behind what you call was negative comments, what you call, oh, I don't even deal with things like that, because what people are beginning to do is see you for who you are.
Let's not forget Katt Williams sharing his thoughts on the issue. For those who don't know about the ongoing rivalry between Katt Williams and Kevin Hart, it dates back to the 2008 movie Fool's Gold. Williams was originally supposed to play the main role, but due to legal issues at the time, he couldn't take the opportunity. The movie, which needed to be filmed in Australia, ended up with Kevin Hart taking the role instead. Rumor has it that this is where the initial tension between Williams and Hart started.
He said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made... All lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all.
During their conversation, Katt boldly suggested to Shannon that Kevin Hart might be a creation of the entertainment industry, questioning how quickly he rose to fame. Katt pointed out how Kevin got a sitcom and starred in a movie like Soul Plane, all within his first year in Los Angeles. This rapid success, Katt argued, raises suspicions and makes Kevin's early career seem mysterious. He already had his deals when he got here. Have you ever heard of a comedian arriving in LA and getting a network sitcom and starring in their own movie like Soul Plane in their first year? No, it's never happened before or since. Katt added, prompting people to think about what exactly defines an industry plant.
In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club.
Katt expressed worry about letting dishonest people freely create their own stories without checks. He noted the unfair power balance, where liars have lots of assets and resources, putting others at a disadvantage. Katt asked if these resources really help find the truth. He said it's dangerous to let untruthful people shape stories without challenge, no matter how rich they are. Despite knowing he might get criticized, Katt seemed ready for any backlash, knowing some might see him as a bitter comedian. When asked if he was afraid of what might happen next, Williams made a bold statement about Hollywood, suggesting that people who give up their honesty there often ignore or play down what they've done wrong.
Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him.
Digging deeper into why Katt Williams entertains the idea that Kevin Hart might be part of a plan by the entertainment industry, it goes back to a persistent rumor in Hollywood. This speculation suggests that actors are sometimes pressured to wear women's clothing on screen as a symbolic step before climbing higher in fame. It's not just Williams who has raised this issue. Even Dave Chappelle discussed it back in 2006 on Oprah's show. Chappelle explained why he turned down a huge $50 million offer from Comedy Central, hinting that big financial deals often come with significant and possibly compromising conditions. Having been in show business since he was 14, Dave has heard many stories about what really happens behind the scenes. He often mentions examples like Mariah Carey signing a $100 million contract, only later to be unfairly called crazy, or Martin Lawrence becoming famous, but then seen ranting on the streets about imagined threats. These experiences have made Dave cautious and aware of the unpredictable side of the entertainment industry.
When you say you heard the stories, what do you mean? What stories?
I mean, you see before, look, Mariah Carey made a $100 million deal, and 3 months later, she's all of a sudden mysteriously crazy. Or Martin Lawrence punches through and he's waving a gun on the street screaming, "They're trying to kill me."
Yeah, we hear those stories.
And it always happens around the time of their career with seems as though they're crossing over the next plateau.
Yeah.
When Oprah asked him about these stories, Dave said he'd seen it himself. Whenever someone's career was on the rise, he noticed this pattern. Dave felt pushed to create sketches that made people laugh at him rather than with him. It felt like they wanted him to use himself for a paycheck.
Would you say you lost your mind, sort of?
No,
No.
not exactly.
Okay.
I wasn't crazy, but it's incredibly stressful.
Yeah.
And I felt like in a lot of instances, I was deliberately being put through.
But wait, there's more to this story. Dave Chappelle remembers being asked to wear a dress for a Martin Lawrence movie. When he went into his trailer, he saw the dress and thought it was a mix-up. It was for a scene where Martin's character escapes from jail by dressing Dave as an adult worker. Dave said no, as it wasn't part of the plan. They tried to convince him it would be funny, but he stuck to his guns. The tension rose with writers, directors, and producers pressing him, but Dave stood firm. In the end, they came up with a new scene without the dress. Dave was left wondering how they could change things so fast. It wasn't just about the dress. He felt the industry was pushing black artists to do anything for success. They kept pushing until they saw Dave wouldn't give in.
It was completely outside of my frame of reference. I've been in show business since I was 14, and I've heard the stories of what happens, and I've seen these kinds of things play out in front of me.
Dave learned a lot from this experience. Being asked to wear a dress made him realize he wasn't alone in his struggle. Many other black men had faced similar requests. Martin Lawrence famously wore one in Big Mama's House. Eddie Murphy did it in the Nutty Professor movies. And Jamie Foxx made an impact with his character on In Living Color. The Wayans brothers took a shot with white chicks. And there was also the less successful Joanna Man. Tyler Perry emerged as a standout during this time. Kevin Hart also joined the conversation, sharing wisdom and insights. He stressed how important it is for artists to protect their image and set boundaries. When asked about wearing a dress for a role, Kevin was clear. Nope, that dress dilemma never came my way. It's crucial to know your limits and safeguard your brand. He talked about turning down opportunities like dribbling a basketball on a talk show because it didn't fit his brand. For Kevin, protecting his image is everything. But here's where it gets interesting. Just a year later, bam! Kevin shows up in an SNL skit wearing a dress. Fans were not happy. They accused him of selling out and being fake. This twist left fans feeling unsure. They criticized him for doing exactly what he had criticized other artists for. At first, Kevin was against wearing dresses, saying firmly, "No way." Yet when the chance came and he found it funny, he changed his mind. Why not? Let's give it a shot.
9-year-old Oscar nominee, Kavenshané Wallace.
Wow. I don't think anyone saw this one coming.
However, things get complicated when Kevin defends himself, pointing out that no one made Martin Lawrence do Big Mama's House, Tyler Perry do Medea, or Jamie Foxx wear Wanda's dress. According to Kevin, it was a choice, something he found amusing. He thought, oh, that's funny, I'll do it. He stresses that no one can force you to do anything. Nobody says you have to go a certain way. He's pushing the idea that it all comes down to a choice. But there's another side of the story going around that says it's not just about choice. Kevin wasn't comfortable with the idea at first, but once the money started talking and the cash started flowing, integrity took a backseat. Money seemed to have a powerful influence, causing people to forget their principles. Let's be honest, when money gets involved, people often reveal their true selves. Remember when Steve Harvey famously talked about integrity, saying bluntly, "Give me $10 million and I'll embarrass myself all the way to the bank." He was willing to compromise his integrity for a big paycheck. It's a harsh reality, but he laid it out there for everyone to see. After Kevin Hart wore the dress, his career took off, making him the highest paid comedian ever. He started making money like nobody else. It seemed like wearing the dress was his ticket to success in comedy. Some may debate the cost of integrity, but in the end, Kevin is laughing all the way to the bank.
Definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to.
But Kevin's personal life seems to be as messy as people say. Rumors have been swirling for years that he cheated on his ex-wife, Tori Hart, with his current wife, Aniko Hart. Tori and Kevin divorced in 2011 after being married for 8 years. Tori was the one who filed for divorce after catching Kevin cheating with multiple women. It wasn't just a one-time mistake. There are rumors that Aniko, Kevin's current wife, might have been one of those other women when he was still married to Tori. Tori shared in a heartfelt statement how her dreams of being a powerful power couple with Kevin were shattered by their divorce. She admitted feeling hurt, not just because she didn't believe in divorce, but also because she constantly saw Kevin everywhere, from billboards to Hollywood events. Here's the real shocker. Tori wasn't just Kevin's wife. She was also working behind the scenes, writing jokes for his movies and stand-up shows. What's messed up is that Kevin never recognized her comedic talent or gave her credit. To make things worse, he supposedly used the money he made from those jokes on his mistresses. Even after Kevin cheated on Tori, he had the audacity to joke about it during his stand-up acts. Imagine being the one who supported him from the very beginning, contributed to his success, and then got mocked on stage. But that's not the end of it. In an interview with Tasha K, Kevin's former assistant revealed some shocking details. There were allegations about his gambling habits and other surprising revelations.
The machine you worked for was the Hart.
Yes.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Eniko Hart.
Eniko Hart.
What made you reach out?
It is a time for Hollywood to hear this story, especially because a lot of people are locked in non-disclosures and they're not able to talk and protect themselves.
The assistant claimed Kevin is cheating on his current wife, Eniko Hart, reportedly with a flight attendant named Nick Morgan. Moreover, the assistant alleged that Eniko was supposedly pregnant with their second child while Kevin was leaving evidence of his activities at the Heartbeat Hotel. It seems he has a routine of showering at his mistress's place before heading home. Tasha K didn't let up and directly asked Kevin about his rumored gambling problem. It seems Kevin's game of choice is poker, and there are reports that he went on such a gambling spree that he had to pay the crew in installments right after. This surprising interview got a strong reaction from Kevin. He took legal action and sued Tasha K, claiming she tried to blackmail him by threatening to spill details from her interview with his former assistant. The lawsuit also accused the assistant of spreading lies.
So these other scandals.
It's another one in the office.
She pregnant again.
Correct, with her second baby.
And he's still leaving semen stains all over the couch at the Heartbeat studio.
Correct.
And showering and then going home like.
I told Eniko, Kevin is cheating on you with a girl named Mix Morgan.
The issue started when Tasha allegedly told Kevin, "Give me $20,000 or I'll release this damaging interview about you." Kevin's legal team caught wind of this and argued that Tasha was trying to force Kevin's hand, saying that if the money didn't come through, she'd publish the whole interview. Tasha K has faced lawsuits before, and Kevin going to court hasn't stopped her from digging into his secrets. It seems Kevin might not just be the funny, likable guy we all know. There's supposedly another side to him that hasn't been publicized. Kevin's lawyer is ready to fight back, claiming Tasha may have already crossed legal lines. If she continues, Kevin could seek more damages and she could face serious criminal charges. So what do you think about all this? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video. And if you did, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this.